Good morning, y'all. Well, it's morning out here on the West Coast. It's almost 10:30 out here. I know on the East Coast, in the Midwest, it's in the afternoon. Well, anyways, happy Saturday. The weekend is upon us. I hope you're enjoying your day. If you're back east or down south, stay cool. If you don't have to go out, don't go out. Take the proper precautions and if you do go out, just be safe. And I hope y'all enjoying the weather. It's supposed to be almost 90 out here. We having this crazy weather. It's supposed to be 90. So, but every so often we get hot days out here on the West Coast, in the Bay Area. Also, those of y'all in the Midwest, like Chicago, Detroit, even in Atlanta and on the East Coast, y'all be safe from the wildfires, man. Just again, take the proper precautions, and if you don't have to go out, don't go out. Just be safe and stay hydrated. Any event, I'm gonna get into the topic for this video. So, a couple of days ago, Billboard magazine, which is a white-owned magazine, probably more than likely controlled by the Jews. Um, which it is what it is. That's not a bad thing. But when it comes to knowledge about hip hop or our culture, they don't have a clue. That's why we have to have black publications, our own magazines, with people who know our from by people who know our culture, not from people who are culture vultures or are just enamored or in love with our culture. We can't rely on them or go by their word on something that we know about, something that's from our culture. That's all I'm saying. But they came out with their top 50 hip hop groups, and they had Outkast number one. Outkast was number one. Wu Tang was number two. NWA was number three. A Tribe Called Quest was number four. Run DMC was number five. Public Enemy was number six. Eric B. and Rakim, 7. Salt and Pepper, 8. De La Soul, 9. And The Roots for 10. The Migos was number 11. That's where the problem lies right there. First of all, I'm going to go back to the number one. I love Outkast. Love Cast. Got all their albums. Big fan of Andre 3000 and Big Boy. Love Outkast. Got their first album when it dropped in '94. Actually, I had the tape. And then in '96, AT Aliens, I got that CD. That was the first. Eventually got Southern Playalistic Cadillac Funky Music. I got that on CD, but I at first had bought it on tape. Big fan of Outkast. They put Atlanta on the map. They did. They put the South. Well, the Ghetto Boys put the South on the map, as far as I'm concerned. But as far as Atlanta hip hop, it was Outkast and Goody Mob. Now, my favorite group out of Atlanta is Goody Mob. I think Goody Mob is better than Outkast, in my opinion. And I don't think Goody Mob got the recognition that they so rightfully deserved. Just my opinion. I'm more of a Goody Mob fan than I am an Outkast fan. But with that being said, Outkast is not number one. Um, Over Wu Tang Clan, nah. Look at everybody in Wu Tang can rap. ODB had there wasn't a father to his style, thus oh dirty bastard. That's why they called him that. There's no father to his style. Even the RZA, he can rap. He's not of course, he's not the greatest out the clan, out the Wu Tang clan. We know that. But Bobby Digital had bars. but he's known as a producer. Razor Sharp, the RZA, Razor Sharp, great producer. Think he's underrated too as a producer. But yeah, Ghostface, Raekwon. We know Meth. We everyone know Method Man. You know, he's the front man. He's in movies and TV shows. So you have the Jizza. You have the Genius. You know, the Jizza, the Genius. Inspector Deck. That's my boy. Underrated lyricist. Inspector Deck is that guy. I said the Jizza, Ghostface, Raekwon, Master Killer. He's okay. He can rap. He got bars. You got okay. He's probably the weakest link, but he got bars. Capadonna, big Capadonna fan, underrated lyricist. Then you got other rappers and groups that came out of Wu Tang. Killer Priest, very underrated lyricist. Killer Priest was that dude. Um, you have Killer Priest. You have Kill Army, which was a subgroup out of the Wu Tang Clan. Gravediggers, way back in the day, back in '94. RZA produced them. I think I know one of them passed away. I don't know if two of them did, but one of them passed away. Can't remember the brother's name. Sons of Man, Wu Killer Bees, Shaheem, who was Method Man's cousin. All these brothers can rap. So Wu Tang wasn't just the members, but you had other groups out of Wu Tang, another rappers that was tied into Wu Tang. So and then look at the culture, look at their influence. They didn't just influence. They didn't just bring a different sound to New York, but their influence in Asia and Europe. They love Wu Tang Clan in Europe. Love them. I lived in Europe. They love Wu Tang Clan. Germany, Sweden, the Netherlands, England, France, Italy, Switzerland. They love the Wu Tang Clan. Love them. All over Europe. Places like I said, Sweden and Norway. Wu Tang was doing concerts there. Yes, other groups followed, but Wu Tang probably, I would say, they were the first group that had a global influence, globally. Um, they have a big following in Asia, and Japan and Korea, China. Love the Wu Tang Clan. Love them. Two continents. What rap group could say that? Outkast can't say that. Outkast has a following in the South, Atlanta, and then eventually, you know, people when growing up in the Midwest, I love Outkast. People on the West Coast was bumping them, but they didn't get love in New York, and they said that they wasn't feeling them in New York. You know, and it's sad that that happened, but it is what it is. But Run DMC, and I have a problem with this. How you put Public Enemy number 6, NWA over Public Enemy, and I'm a big NWA fan, but and I'm gonna get into my top 10 here in a little bit, but um, Public Enemy, they was that group, man. I mean, Chuck D, Professor Griff, Flavor Flav, yeah, boy. I mean, they was telling us, you know, fight the power that be. Can't trust it. 911 is a joke. They was giving a voice to the black community in the 80s and 90s. Give it up. Music in our mess age. Music, was it? I think I may be saying the album wrong, but it came out in '94. I love that album. But my favorite album of PE is It Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back. That is my favorite album. Favorite album. One of the greatest albums ever to be produced. It takes a nation of millions to hold us back. The PE was just, they was conscious rap before it was cool. They were talking about political turmoil in this country, Democrats and Republicans, the stuff going on in our cities, gun violence, speaking out against dog barking again, speaking out against racism. They were doing that. They were giving us a voice. They were our voice. That's why I will always love PE. To me, PE is number two. Right behind Wu-Tang is number one, and then PE. Love Public Enemy. Always. Much respect to Chuck D. Much respect to Professor Griff, even though he later left. And much respect to Flavor Flav. Love PE. They was giving us a voice. They was speaking out against political corruption, police corruption. Like I said, they were just giving us a voice. And to put them number 6 and NWA, but see that goes to the culture though, because I think this is all about popularity and sales. I love NWA. You know, they were kind of like the West Coast version of PE, if you will. You know, because they were saying, you know, fuck the police. Excuse me for cussing. But that's what NWA's, you know, 100 miles and running. So I grew up on NWA. They gave us a voice too, especially for those on the West Coast that was dealing with the LAPD. You know, police brutality. They were speaking out about against that. So I have love for NWA, but I wouldn't put them above PE. Um, the Migo Salt and Pepper, okay, yeah. They were the first girl group. So much respect to Salt and Pepper because again, they were popular in the 80s and into the 90s. And they paved the way for females in hip hop. Well, were one of the pioneers because you had Queen Latifah, Roxanne Shante, Money Love, MC Light. So in the 80s, they and Salt and Pepper, so they paved the way. DJ Spin was doing her thing, Spinderella. So, you know, they helped pave the way for females into hip hop. But I would put them in the top 10. No disrespect to them, but I wouldn't. The Roots, yes. And I'm gonna get into my top 10 here in a minute. But the problem I have with this, you put the Migos over Mobb Deep, over the Fugees, over Naughty by Nature, over the Beastie Boys, over the Ghetto Boys. How do you put the Migos over the Ghetto Boys, Naughty by Nature, the Lots, Gangstar, Boogie Down Productions, who's in my top 10? Really? But see, again, this is all about popularity and sales. It has nothing to do about hip hop because true hip hop heads know that the Migos would be nowhere on this damn list. You got the Migos over groups like the Goody Mob and Brand Nubian, Far Side, 8 Ball and MJG, Slum Village from my hometown. Slum Village. Really? Heavy D and the Boys. Pete Rock and CL Smooth. How the hell you put the Migos over Pete Rock and CL Smooth? Again, this goes to what's popular and sales. This is not, this list wasn't made by someone who knows hip hop. I can tell you that right now. It's no way in hell. It is no way in hell. The Migos should be over the Ghetto Boys, should be over Naughty by Nature, should be over the Far Side, over Slum Village, over Goody Mob, over the Locks, over Onyx, or Brand Nubian, or Boogie Down Productions. It is no way in hell. No way in hell. Hit that thumbs up button, smash that thumbs up button down, hit the subscribe button so you get notifications on when I do videos on here. It is no way in hell, man. It's no way. No way. Now I'm gonna get into my top 10. Hit that thumbs up button. Give me 1 second. It's just crazy. It's insane. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna get into my top 10. I'm gonna get into my 11 through 20 later. I have to think about it, but I'm gonna have to get into it later. So, and I'm gonna post it on social media. My 11 through 20. I posted my 1 through 10 on social media, but my 11 to 20, I haven't really thought about it yet. But I'll just probably do my top 20 because I can't think of any top 50. Um, Hold on 1 second. Okay. So my top 10, Wu-Tang Clan, I mentioned them. Public Enemy, I mentioned them too. Boogie Down Productions, again, they were speaking to gun violence and police brutality. Oh, they also was teaching us black culture, black history. Boogie Down Productions was teaching us about black history. And like I said, the drug culture, things that were going on in our communities in the late 80s and early 90s. They even made a song about the release of Nelson Mandela. They performed it on our Arsenio Hall show. How many of you old heads remember that? I think it was 1990 when Nelson Mandela was released from prison in South Africa. Boogie Down Productions performed a song. Mandela's not free. Mandela's not free. He can't even vote in his own country. Y'all remember that? Boogie Down Productions. They were talking about stuff was going on in South Africa. They were talking about the drug culture. Love's Gonna Get You. Great song. The great KRS-One. Much respect, brother. My number two, he's number two on my all-time greatest MCs. Number one is Rakim. Number two is KRS-One. Much respect. Rest in peace, Scott LaRock. Rest in peace. Been gone since '87. Was murdered. But they were speaking out against. They were conscious rap, Boogie Down Productions. So they number three for me. Number four, Run DMC. Rest in peace, Jam Master Jay. Great, great, great DJ. Oh my God. Died way too soon. 37 years old. Been gone 21 years, well, almost 21 years. Because he died in '02. Damn. It's been that long. Rest in peace, Jam Master Jay. But you have Reverend Run DMC, Daryl Simmons. Uh, they were influential. They were the first group to sign a deal to sign a clothing deal with Adidas. Y'all remember that? The first rap group to do that. Wu Tang did it later with Wu Wear, but Run DMC was the first to do it. They signed a deal with Adidas. My Adidas. Love Run DMC. They actually paved the way for hip hop. One of the pioneers. Hip hop, not just in New York, but around the country. Everybody loved Run DMC. So they were very influential pioneers. And so they're my number 4 because wow, their first album came out in 83, 84. I want to say 83. I had the tape. I was listening to Run DMC at 8 years old. Big Run DMC fan. Have been for almost 40 years now. The pioneers, you got to respect them. They, like I said, they're one of the pioneers. They helped create this multi-billion dollar conglomerate. They were one of the pioneers. Was Run DMC. You gotta give them their respect. So they're number 4. Number 5 is ATCQ, A Tribe Called Quest. They just had a different sound. Early 90s. Love Q-Tip. Rest in peace, Phife Dawg. Rest in peace, Phife Dawg. Gone too soon. Been gone 7 years now. I actually saw him at a Warriors game back in 2015, 2014, 2015, because he moved out here to the Bay Area. But big Tribe Called Quest fan. Low End Theory, great album. What's the one? I'm drawing a blank here. Beats, Rhymes, and Life, great album. Great album. Midnight Marauders, great album. That's what I was thinking about. Great albums they dropped. Love Tribe Called Quest. Love them. Much respect to them. Ali Shaheed Muhammad, love you, brother. Love Tribe Called Quest. They were very influential to me as a teenager coming up, in the early 90s. So gotta put them in my top 5. Brand Nubian. Oh my God. Lord Jamar. Sadat X. Grand Puba. Come on, y'all. Brand Nubian does not get the credit that they deserve. As far as I'm concerned. As far as I'm concerned, they do not get the credit that they rightfully deserve. Love Brand Nubian. Punched up to get beat down. That was one of the. I love the beat. Love the trumpet. Dun, 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 dun. Punched up to get beat down. Love it. Love it. Don't let it go to your head. All for One. Slow down. That beat is hot. Slow down. Slow down. And that beat. Oh man, the way it starts off. Sadat X, Grand Puba, and Lord Jamar. They broke up and did their own thing, but they came back together to do another album. Much respect to Brand Nubian. They were conscious rappers. Lord Jamar, and he's B1, like Professor Griff. Lord Jamar is B1. Love that brother. NWA. We know NWA, Ice Cube, Eazy-E, Dr. Dre, MC Ren, DJ Yella, we know. The DOC, who would have been one of the greatest rappers on the West Coast. Probably, yeah, I argue better than Q, but the DOC vocal cords was messed up. He was, oh, we got cheated. Man, the DOC had bars. The DOC was that dude. NWA, I mentioned them a few minutes ago. They were very influential for me, really for cats out here on the West Coast. But they spoke to us back in the Midwest, because the police and just stuff that was going on in the community. They were conscious rappers. Yeah, you could argue they kind of ushered in gangster rap. You could argue that, but they had a message. NWA had a message, you know, and they were just speaking out against what was going on, police brutality, the drug culture. We gotta give NWA their props. Much respect to them. Number 8, Goody Mob. Love Goody. Big Gip, that's my dude. That's my dude. Huge Big Gip fan. Uh, I believe that Cujo, that's my guy too. We know the face of the group was CeeLo. CeeLo had bars, but Gip was my dude. Gip was that dude. I think he was the best one out of the group, as far as I'm concerned. Conscious rap. Goody Mob does not get the rightfully the respect that they deserve, as far as I'm concerned. Love Goody Mob. Love them. Big Goody Mob fan. They were on Outkast's Get Up and Get Out and Get Something song back in 94. They ripped that song. Ripped it. Get Up and Get Something. Ripped it. Ripped it. This was 94. I'm like, who are these brothers? Then they dropped their album in 95. Their debut album. I'm like, oh my God. Conscious rappers from the ATL. As far as I'm concerned, Goody Mob is a lot better than Outkast. My opinion. The greatest group to ever come out of Atlanta is the Goody Mob. And Tupac knew it too, because Pac lived in Atlanta with his mom. They lived outside of Atlanta. He bought our house down there, and he wanted to work with the Goody Mob. He wanted to work with them, and they wanted, they love Pac. The Goody Mob loved Pac, and Pac loved them. The feelings were mutual, but they weren't able to work together, and because Pac, you know what happened. We got cheated out of some great music. We really did. We got cheated out of some great music. Could y'all imagine Pac and the Goody Mob? Oh my God. Big fan of Goody Mob. Big fan of them. Big fan. Yep. Man, I could just go on and on about them, but conscious rappers, and like I said, in my opinion, they don't get the respect that they rightfully deserve. They're underrated. Love Goody Mob. Love Goody Mob. Number 9, The Roots. The Roots crew from Philly. Malik B, Black Thought, Questlove. Loved them when they came out in 94. Do You Want More? These brothers had a song, the song Do You Want More? They had the song started with bagpipes. Y'all know Scotland bagpipes had that weird sound. They put this on a song, Do You Want More? That was genius. Bagpipes on a rap song? Down, 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 down. It was just a different beat. I have never heard anyone do that before. This was in 94. When the Do You Want More album dropped, they had bagpipes on the song. These brothers are musical geniuses, and they have bars. Much respect to Black Thought, Malik B, Questlove. Um, they're getting their love now because they're Jimmy Kimmel. They perform on Jimmy Kimmel. They're his band. I'm not a fan of that, because I think he uses them as like his, for lack of a better term, his performing monkeys, because they're better than that. The Roots are far better to be performing on some corny white man's talk show. Just my opinion. Love the Roots. They have a big following in Europe. They have a big following overseas, um, especially in England, like in London and Paris. Big following. They love the Roots over there. From Philly, from South Philly. So much respect to the Roots. Much respect to them. Love these brothers. Great lyricists. Great, just musical geniuses. Questlove on the drums, brother is second to none. Last but definitely not least, again, last but definitely not least, from my hometown of Detroit, SV, Slum Village. They actually got their influence from the Roots because they worked with them. The Jay Dilla, rest in peace, Jay Dilla, rest in peace. God, it's hard to believe he's been gone 17 years. He was a couple years older than me. James Yancey, Jay Dilla. Um, these brothers, man, they got Elzai because Bateen had died. Rest in peace, Bateen. Rest in peace. Elzai. I can't think of the other brother's name. I'm drawing a blank. I just had it in my head too. Just had his name in my head. But they're from my hometown. Great sound. They put Detroit hip hop on the map. Before Eminem. Okay, yeah. Everybody so enamored, love Eminem. I get it. White boy from Detroit, whatever, okay. Slum Village put hip hop in Detroit on the map before Eminem did. I'm going to repeat that once more. Slum Village put Detroit on the map as far as hip hop is concerned. Well, where people was taking notice of Detroit. You had Esham and MC Breed, but Breed was from Flint, which is 100 miles north of Detroit. Breed had, he had the song "Ain't No Future in Your Frontin'." He did a song. He did a song with Pac. Gotta get yours. You gotta get mine. So you gotta get yours. I gotta get mine. So was a classic in the summer of '93. Everybody was playing that damn song, especially in Detroit. Rest in peace to MC Breed. But yeah, they put Detroit. They made people take notice of Detroit. They said the Midwest. These brothers from Detroit, the Midwest. What? And they had the sound. Their sound is similar to the Roots. It's similar. Jay Dilla produced some tracks for the Roots. He produced tracks for Common, Q-Tip, a Tribe Called Quest, Erykah Badu, and many others. Jay Dilla. And I don't think that and Slum Village, they're getting their love overseas because I think they just did a tour over there where they went to Europe. They was in England, all over England, London, Birmingham, Manchester. I think they went to Sweden, the Netherlands, Belgium. I know they were in Germany. Yeah, Germany. So they're getting their love now. It's about damn time. But they're big in Europe. They're real big in Europe now, and they, like I said, the Roots influenced Slum Village. The, what you could say, Slum Village is Detroit's version of the Roots. In the sense they are. In a sense they are. And Slum Village, they still making music and they still doing it. They don't, as far as I'm concerned, they should get they deserve more props than what they're getting. I don't think they get the props that they rightfully deserve. Just my opinion. But you can't sleep on Slum Village. I think Billboard had them like number 39 on their in their top 50. You had the Migos over Slum Village. Really? Really? Again, it goes to popularity and sales. And we know popularity is not quality. There's a lot of music that's being pushed out now. People buying it, sales and it's popular, but it's not quality. And that's where hip hop has lost it. Because it used to be you had to come with it. You had to have the talent. It wasn't about selling, it was about quality, the quality of your work, the art form, owning your craft, getting better, spending hours in that studio, trying to get better than your last album, trying to outbeat this artist or this group. It wasn't beef. You just wanted to be the best. You respected other rappers and other groups, but you wanted to be the best. So you own your craft. You spent hours in the studio, hours producing, getting your album produced. You strived to get better because you wanted quality. It wasn't about sales, it was about quality. Now they put out any garbage if it sells. You talk about death, murder, kill, drugs, having sex with all these different women, flaunting your money, jewelry. That's pretty much what it is. Sex and drugs. Sex and drugs. Being financially irresponsible. It sells and people buy it. It's disheartening, um, and it's upsetting, but this is what is being pushed to our young people. Be sexually irresponsible. Get STDs. Use drugs. Kill another black man. Call a black woman a bitch or a hoe. Be financially irresponsible. And it sells. Look at garbage ass rappers like Future. The Baby. That's another thing. All these rappers are either Lil Baby, Baby, Lil Baby, The Baby, Little Jackass, Big Jackass. It's crazy. It's crazy. When I was coming up, we had Big Daddy Kane, Father MC. You either big or father. Heavy D. Not everybody want to be little or a baby. Where do we go? What happened? And then this idiot, the baby, killed the man in Walmart. I think my cousin told me he threw his baby's mama out the house on social media or something. I may have gotten it wrong, but something crazy to that effect. And this is what's being pushed to our young people. And we wonder why hip hop is dead. It's dead. It's dead. A good brother of mine said he find underground joints. I mean, that's good. That's great. But it's a shame. It's a shame that he has to do an archaeological dig to find great hip hop. He got to damn near be Indiana Jones. Has to do an archaeological dig just to find quality hip hop music. And this is not no disrespect to the underground, no disrespect to them. I have much respect to underground. They need to be recognized more than what they are. But this is just it speaks to the state that hip hop is in. When you have to do an archaeological dig, have to search, have to go into like an Indiana Jones mission to go find quality hip hop music. We know it's not being played on the radio, but I mean, it's just a shame. But much respect to those underground artists. Much respect to you. Keep doing your thing. Keep putting in that work. But yeah, but that was my top 10. So again, let me run it down. Hit that thumbs up button, smash that thumbs up button down, hit the subscribe button so you get notifications on the new videos on here. Go back to it. But I mean, yeah, man, it's a sad state for hip hop. Oh, speaking of a sad state for hip hop, so you mean to tell me that the BT Awards were in LA, they were doing a tribute to the West Coast, and they did not honor Ice Cube, Dr. Dre, Snoop, or Too Short? You were doing a so-called tribute to West Coast hip hop, and you did not honor those four men: Ice Cube, Dre, Snoop, Too Short, Short Dog. Are you effing kidding me? Those brothers, those four brothers I mentioned, helped contributedly. I'm so upset I can't. I'm getting tongue tied. Greatly contributed to putting the West Coast on the map. Those four, and you don't think it's necessary to give them their flowers when you call so-called giving paying tribute to the West Coast? Are you effing kidding me? That'll be like paying tribute to the East Coast and not honoring LL, Rakim, KRS-One, or who else I don't think of? LL, KRS-One, Rakim, oh, and Big Daddy Kane. Could you imagine doing a hip hop show? We're going to honor hip hop. Well, not just East Coast, so just hip hop, period, and not honoring LL Cool J, KRS-One, Rakim, and Big Daddy Kane. That is sacrilegious. That is blasphemy. And what BT did was blasphemy. You want to? You don't give tribute to Ice Cube or Dr. Dre, Snoop, or Short Dog. They helped put hip hop on they helped, contributed it greatly to putting hip hop on the map and putting the West Coast on the map when it comes to hip hop. Short Dog out here in the Bay Area. He put the Bay Area on the map. He put the Bay Area on the map in the 80s, in 87, 88. And Cube and Dre when they were NWA, the same time. Ice-T was had done it years before, but they contributed too. They put LA on the map. Short Dog put the Bay Area on the map. And then Snoop came later with the G-Funk era. And y'all don't think it's right? Y'all don't, what were y'all thinking? What were y'all thinking? That just goes to show you the state of hip hop, which is what I said a couple of minutes ago. It's crazy. And I think the reason why they didn't want to give Cube his flowers is because Cube is not on the Democratic plantation. He's not on the Republican plantation. He's not on any plantation. But he's speaking out against the Democrats. And I think that they have a personal vendetta against Cube. Matter of fact, they do have a personal vendetta against Cube because he's going out and speaking out against the status quo. He was on Joe Rogan's podcast a couple of days ago. Check that out. I saw a little tidbit of it. It was good. Not saying I'm a Joe Rogan fan. But the man has great content. He's not the number one podcaster in the world for by accident. The man has great content. We got to give him that. Joe Rogan, that is. But yeah, that's why they haven't beef with Cube, and they're making it personal. But you cannot deny this man helped put the West Coast on the map. So did Dr. Dre. So did Snoop. So did Short Dog. Before, I have to give a shout out to Ghetto Boys, Willie D. I'm a big Willie D fan. Mr. Scarface, it's in my top 5 of all-time greatest hip-hop artists. Rest in peace, Bushwick Bill. Ghetto Boys put the South on the map. Before Outkast, before Goody Mob, who I love, they put the South on the map. Not just in Houston. Of course, they're from Houston. Shout out to Houston. Put Houston on the map. They did. They literally put Houston on the map. There's no arguing that. You can't argue that. And other groups and artists followed the Ghetto Boys lead. Was like, okay, they put Houston, H-Town on the map. We're going to follow their lead. So you got to give the Ghetto Boys their respect. They put the South on the map. Southern hip hop, the Ghetto Boys. And the Migos is higher than the Ghetto Boys. It's ridiculous. Again, the people the person or people who made that list, they don't know hip hop. They're definitely not from my generation. They're not hip hop heads. This is the problem that we have. We have people who are culture vultures, who love our culture, but they don't have any knowledge of it. And they have a voice. This is the problem that I have, the beef that I have. You have people who are culture vultures who love our culture, love our music, but they have a voice and they don't have a clue or knowledge about our culture or our art form. They're just going with what people are buying, the sales and the popularity. Again, that doesn't mean quality. This is the problem that I have. This is why I can't take Billboard magazine, Rolling Stone, what's another one? Rolling Stone, Billboard, The Source. All these publications are a joke. They're a joke. And all these shows, BT, MTV, VH1, we need our own programming, our own TV show, our own music network, our own music publication, our magazines. We need it. We need to be telling our stories, honoring our heroes, honoring the Brand Nubians, the Goody Mobs, the Ghetto Boys. Give them their flowers while they're here, not when they're gone. We need to be doing that. Us. We created hip hop. There would have never ever been any hip hop without foundational Black Americans. Let's get that clear and straight right now. Without foundational Black Americans, Black people whose ancestors were brought here, who built America up, their descendants, who was myself, We created hip hop. There would have been no hip hop without us. So it's up to us to tell the stories and give flowers to our artists who aren't getting who aren't getting their recognition. It's up to us. We can't get mad when the silly ass Billboard magazine do crazy crap like this. That's what they're gonna do. It's in their nature. Hit that thumbs up button, smash that thumbs up button down, hit the subscribe button so you get notifications on new videos on here. I think I made my point well known on this. You know where I stand. Again, up my top 10. Forgot about that. The Wu-Tang Clan, Public Enemy, BDP, Boogie Down Productions, A Tribe Called Quest, Brand Nubian. Wait a minute, I'm sorry. Wait. Wu-Tang Clan, Public Enemy, Boogie Down Productions, Run DMC. My bad, I skipped them. Run DMC number 4. A Tribe Called Quest number 5. Brand Nubian, NWA, Goody Mob, The Roots, and Slum Village. That's my top 10. What say you? Let me know what y'all think. Please, please, please let me know what y'all think. Please, please, please. Let me know what y'all think. I would love to hear y'all. Love to hear your opinions on this, your comments. So please share this video, like it. Let's start the conversation. Drop your comments below. Please, please let me know what you think on this, please. Like I always say, we don't have to agree, but let's agree to disagree without being disagreeable, especially on topics such as this. Let's agree to disagree. Let's agree to disagree without being disagreeable. Let's do that, y'all. So next time, I love y'all. Y'all be safe out here, man. Just be safe. This devil comes to kill, steal, and destroy. Brothers as well as sisters, be safe. Beware and be aware of your surroundings. Whether you're running errands or going to work, whatever you may be doing, traveling, please be safe. Be safe. We know people travel. This is the summer months. Um, Independence Day weekend or Independence Day weekend, 4th of July is Tuesday. So y'all be safe, whether y'all traveling or staying home, whatever you may be doing. People shooting off fireworks. Be safe, man. Just be safe. Whatever you do, please be safe. Beware and be aware. Thank y'all for your love and support. I can't do this without y'all. I love y'all dearly. Please continue to support your brother, and y'all take care. All right. Love y'all. Peace and blessings.